the French staff that organized the conference this year. We can recognize some of us who were in Greece, the brown ones. The pale ones are the ones who worked in France under the rain to organize the conference. So you have the staff of La Maison du Comte and you have the staff of the APAC. And you know how it is organized. You'll have one day under the umbrella of La Maison du Comte and one day under the umbrella of the APAC.
Les interrogations font évoluer les choses et par rapport à ce qui est demandé, parce qu'on sonde les gens à chaque fois. Puis c'est intéressant de le faire parce que les gens viennent un peu des quatre coins de l'Europe et même plus. Alors les problématiques sont à la limite souvent similaires, mais bon, comportant différentes facettes.
We have one committee that is these three people working on the website, working on the blog, working on Facebook, working on the Twitter accounts and so on. And that's what they have done, and they were going to shortly, they're going to briefly present what they have done. And then we have been working on membership as well. And then, and that's the third step, will be the last one, we also are about to prepare an application for European funding for a network.
That was the group, you know, all you executive. So I'd just like to know, how was that change come about, that it became the countries, for the first time, is it that it was handed to France to say, you organise the conference and we will do something else? Have I misunderstood something?
But you know, it was already like this in Sweden.
Oh, I see.
And I think it really depends of the strength we have. Is that as we had the strength of these two organizations that were volunteer to organize the conference, we worked together. But what we have focused on this idea that that's perhaps the moment for FEST to challenge for a network grant, because we had the opportunity that the French would help to organize the conference. It's just a balance of energy.
Whatever, and this is really the moment we invite other disciplines, other actors from outside from storytelling to tell how they work, and this is also a moment where we can think about the next tools we need, the next work we want to start.
Coming from Germany, it's my first time here in FEST, and I'm very impressed. I'm very happy to be here because it's very inspiring to see how, for example, France is connected with the red of the network here of storytellers and artists and organizers, and it's very inspiring for us in Germany to go on with our work, and I think it's a big, yeah, I'm feeling like in a big family, being the first time here, and yeah.
An outline of the situation in France, and then it's very interesting to see different organizations with sometimes seemingly the same goals and same subjects, but then complete each other and help each other.
Two new babies, twins, and one day the rabbi came to visit. A surprise visit, the rabbi showed up at their house. And so there's Leah, my great-great-grandmother, little girl, who would be my great-grandmother, and these two baby twins. And when the rabbi comes, Leah was very startled. She didn't expect this visit. It was frightening. The grand rabbi who would come, and it was a really small, you know, little tenement apartment.
Well, this woman, she goes down to the Nile to wash her clothes. And as she's washing her clothes, she looks at the water and it's very inviting, and she says, I think I'll go for a swim. So she takes off her own clothes and she steps into the water, and suddenly she begins to find a strange thing. She is about to she has turned into a man. And this man sees that his clothes are still up there on the high peg, and he puts his clothes on after climbing out of the well, and suddenly he realizes that the Friday prayers in the mosque have just begun. So he goes into the mosque and he says his prayers, and after having prayed, he comes out of the mosque, and there he sees the wretched poor man that he had beaten earlier, and this man is still cracking his riding crop and still saying, "Our Lord can create the world in a nutshell. Our Lord can create the world in a nutshell." And this man says to him, "Yes, you're right. Our Lord can create the world in a nutshell. My God, you're right." And the poor wretched man looks up and says, "And it took you 2 boys and a girl to finally believe."
Just forget it. She doesn't know what she's talking about. Just go back to your previous job, okay? La mama. Okay.
Es ist ein großer Hund gewesen. Ah non, mais quand elle a ouvert sa gueule, elle a fait waf! 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 Lo posso dire io? E la mamma disse bau! Waf! 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 Waf!
And then she turned to her cute little kid. For you a little story.
France's third largest city. During the years 2010 and 2011, APAC puts into place practical workshops, dialogue days, conferences and committees. Today, APAC is a national organization recognized all over France. It accepts members as well from other French-speaking neighboring countries.
Le langage symbolique est un langage qui a une spécificité propre. En son essence, c'est la seule langue universelle que la race humaine ait jamais forgée. Il s'agit pour nous de la comprendre plutôt que de l'interpréter. Je crois qu'une telle compréhension est importante pour quiconque désire se connaître lui-même, et non seulement, et pas seulement pour le psychothérapeute dont la tâche est de soigner les troubles mentaux. Les seules connaissances, les seules études dont nous pouvons nous prévaloir viennent de notre pratique de la narration. La seule certitude, c'est que c'est une chance. Nous voyons bien combien elle nous est précieuse, alors sans discuter, retournons-y sans tarder.
If some people want to join us, you're free to come whenever you want. Just leave your shoes at the entrance and, open your ears and blah, blah, blah. And then I put the telephone back.
Les proverbes qui rythmaient l'année étaient des petits bijoux de sens et de musique, une sorte de langue condensée qui formait la bouche de l'enfant.
Proverbs were used literally to formulate, to work on the mouth of the child. They were like little jewels.
Il disait, la langue est difficile, Language is difficult.
La langue est difficile.
Then let's live like a play, like a game, like a game.
Σε όλη σας τη ζωή να κυνηγάει ο ένας τον άλλο.
Και από τότε ο ποντικός φοβάται τη γάτα, η γάτα το σκύλο, ο σκύλος το ξύλινο ματσούκι, το ξύλο η φωτιά το νερό το βόδι και το βόδι το ποντικό.
Work in many folk festivals, and with traditional folk festivals it is the same audiences going to the same festivals, the same pubs. So you may be selling, oh, we're selling 10,000 tickets to storytelling festivals or to folk festivals, but in a population of 60 million, which is what the UK has, that is a very small audience. And you know, that's individual ticket sales. If you actually, we've done analyses, it is not the same for every festival, but more than half of the people are going from one festival to another. So from the viewpoint of academics and commercial media, they would say this is too minority, that our readers will not be interested in this.
Thank you very much. Psychiatric wards. Psychiatric wards.
When I went in Singapore,
yes,
performing there 2 years ago, I had a workshop with a Malaysian storyteller. His specific job is for children that lived a very hard experience, like for instance tsunami or an earthquake.
Traumatizing experience.
Yes, of course. There you can find big disasters, like for instance earthquake or very big tsunami, but probably also here you can find some particular school. Okay.
We spoke about the economic impact. Sometimes when you ask money or consideration, they ask you what is the impact economically you're going to have.
Magicians, jugglers, singer-songwriters, poets, all local. Belly dancers. Fine with me.
And our idea is for 4 or more travelling story clinics as designed by Niloufar.
You recognize, of course, the Fest logo.
The new logo.
And the little stars inside the big star, which represents Europe, of course, are we storytellers. Oh,